Hello there everyone, I just want to say real quick thank you for all the feedback. I realized from a lot of criticisms and messages in the video that I made some mistakes that I feel like ignoring will honestly just have a more negative outcome than actually owning up to them. So without further ado, I'm going to be talking about some of the big mistakes I made in the wasted potential of Domino Effect. Now what I want to talk about today is Domino Effect, why it was so significant of a chase theme, why it worked for 1x specifically, and why it getting reused for a skin that less than a fifth of 1x's player base in the future will ever use because 1x has a sea of other skins, was the perfect way to absolutely waste the song. So starting off very small, I never knew that 1x's theme was also attached to
Flesh Kerta.
This guy, because I had only been playing Forsaken rarely at the time that his theme was replaced, and I didn't actually ever see someone using skinless 1x or that skin of 1x, so that's on me. I didn't research that well enough, and I actually probably should have checked the official Wikipedia for that. Let's first talk about the name, Eye of the Storm. The I, you see, is spelled with the letter I. You're probably wondering what that has to do with 1x, 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 1. To which I say he has a red eye. They replaced the I with I because 1x has an eye. Yeah, the name makes no connection to 1x whatsoever. Yet another tiny nitpick here, but still factually wrong. Eye of the Storm is a reference to 1x's old theme named Severe Storm Warning. Additionally, the first word of the song being Eye of the Storm can be interpreted in many ways, as shown by the comments that I have received. I don't know how I forgot this theme's existence, considering that I've probably heard it about 50 times before, but it just kind of blanked out at the time that I wrote the script and uploaded the video. Yet again, my bad. Well, too bad if you like those sounds, because they are gone. But surely we have something better that establishes a sense of fear and suspense, right? And captivates the general theme of 1x? Well, you see, now we have I'm not even going to bother comparing the two, I'm too disappointed. For layer 1, I actually literally never realized that it had audio. I genuinely thought it had no sound because I forgot to amplify the track in VideoPad software, so I literally heard nothing. And on top of that, throughout the YouTube recording, I also had my volume pretty low because it was midnight. We actually have a pretty good layer too. I'm just kidding. What is this, Sonic the Hedgehog OST? It sounds like some 80s rapper music that you would hear on the boombox or something. I still feel kind of thrown off whenever I hear this layer, but listening to it repetitively, I've realized that it is nowhere near as bad as I made it out to be. In fact, it actually sounds really good. I just felt bamboozled after we went from a theme with slow build-up to a complete redirect midway through the layers into a new theme. Comparing it to Domino Effect, it just handled the idea of like this type of a theme for him so much better in every category. And it doesn't sound suspenseful either. There's no element of 1x. There's not even glitching sound. And that's one of the biggest ideas of Forsaken's adaptation of 1x. I will say here that this wasn't in the initial script. I said it in the moment, and it's not really actually true. The new theme is intimidating and threatening, but I stand by some of the critiques I said, like how it's only 44 seconds long, or how it has no glitch sounds. But it's nowhere near as mid or bad as I painted it out to be whatsoever. It is a really good theme, and I honestly, truly do like it. I just felt there could be a lot more built up on it. I felt like it could have more potential. I also feel like it's worth mentioning that the only reason the Rant video exists is entirely because everyone on the internet for no reason was just trashing on Domino Effect, and I really didn't want It's a Bad Theme to be the last thing everyone remembered from Domino Effect. There was also definitely 110% some bias in the video. It wasn't to an excessive amount, and it never directed any major decisions for the script, but I will admit it was there. Anyways, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed, and I apologize for making those errors in my original video. Anyways, have a good day, noon, or night.